Rise of Kingdoms.
Beginner's Guide.
So today we are going to take you through a beautiful journey of a new start in Rise of Kingdoms. How to do it right, how to get everything done efficiently so that your account grows fast.
And at the same time, we are going to show you, you guessed it, to have fun. Hi everyone.
Ladus here.
And
So I have been playing the game for almost 3 years and I spend a little bit in the game.
I've been playing the game for 1 year and I try to spend nothing.
I'm focused on getting kills and demolishing opponents.
I'm focused on doing the events and the rewards and trying to have fun.
So between the two of us, we'll try to give you the best advice so that you have the best experience in game. The first decision you have to make in game is pick a civilization.
I like Britain because of its Boutica. I don't mind France as well for Joan of Arc.
I like Sun Tzu. That's why I prefer China.
But it doesn't matter which civilization you choose because at the start, they're all somewhat okay.
And you can change your civilization many times throughout the game. You get tokens to do that as you progress.
After the game stops telling you what to do, you should only focus on your town hall, updating that before you update anything else.
That's right, you don't need to focus on upgrading every other building. When you are upgrading your town hall or trying to upgrade it, the game will tell you if there are prerequisites that you need to focus on. Now let's have a look at some of the events that we have on the side. So as soon as you start in a new kingdom, you'll see that there are a number of events that you can participate in. The rewards for all these events are very, very good.
The only event we would recommend you not to focus on would be Mighty as Governor.
The two main events we'll recommend focusing on is the event called Rise of Kingdoms itself and then Lohar's Trial. Lohar's Trial is where you get Lohar, who is a very important commander for early game.
Because at the start, you need to fight a lot of barbarians, and Lohar, Boudica, and Aethelflaed are very good at that.
Whilst we are fighting the barbarian, do you see how all the cities are bubbled around us?
Yes, when you start the game, you're going to choose a bubble. So don't lose it.
And how you lose it is when you're trying to hit other players or when you're trying to scout other players. For the first 2 days, we don't do that. Now, also you can see on the background that we are scouting the map. Now, why do we need to scout the map? Because otherwise you can't see anything in this map.
You need to scout for the first few days non-stop so that you can see everything.
And as you scout, you will get all these little villages. The villages give you troops or some sort of speed up or some sort of technology. So it's very important that you keep doing that.
We are going to now show you how to collect resources. It's really important to do that.
So you click on the resource and automatically the game will select the commanders and number of troops required to collect that resource. So in the background, I'm showing you that you have an option of using gems or speed ups when you need to. Now we highly recommend not using gems at all. Now the other important thing that we are showing you now is you only have one builder who is helping you upgrade. Now it's quite important that initially you use the scroll that lets you hire another builder for a couple days.
When you grow up your account a little bit more, you will have 2 builders permanently.
If you keep upgrading your city, you will get quite a few rewards from the game itself.
Don't forget to keep training all the time, farming all the time, and by the way, you can actually, play around with your city design.
Now, the next thing we're going to look at is joining an alliance. As we said before, you are in a team game. So this is not a single player game. This is a massive multiplayer game. So you have to join an alliance. Now, when trying to join an alliance in the beginning, you will have a list of alliances that you can join. Now, some of them will say you can join now, and some of them will say that you need to apply and then you get accepted based on your account level.
At the start, we recommend you to join. Anyone can join for an alliance because you will be low powered.
However, eventually you need to be in an alliance where the time zone is similar to you, the language is similar to you. You can translate in game when it comes to chat, but it gets harder when you're playing on voice. So you need to find a group of players that matches you every single way and you can have a lot of fun. But at the start, as Em said, go for any alliance that's open for anyone to join.
After you join the alliance, you should look for where your alliance is gathered on the map.
Now that we found where our alliance is, we need to try to see whether we can teleport closer to it. Now, what do I mean by teleport? On the top left hand corner, there's an up arrow. If you click on it, it lets you teleport to any location on the map. Now, we can't teleport because our scout is outside. Now, I'm thinking about taking our scout back, but then I noticed that cave.
Nice! That's a cave.
So, if you scout a cave, you have the potential of getting a chest, and the chest always has good returns for you.
So, always be scouting villages, caves, and fog.
And always keep opening chests, whether it be a silver key or a golden key, or whether it's an automatic reward that the game gives you. Always keep doing something. Never leave your training buildings empty as well. So your barrack, archery range, or whether it be a stable, every building that you have where you can train troops, keep going at them. It's also important to speed up upgrading your training buildings and your academy so that you're always researching and always training troops.
So now we are looking at our items, but very important warning, do not open your resources because then if people attack your city, they can get plundered.
So people can take away all your resources. So very important, don't open them until the point when you need them to upgrade your building. Now at this stage we don't need them, so we are not opening them. Now we are looking at all the other items that you can kind of see as well. We are not going to go into details of all of them at this stage.
So since we joined an alliance, when we're trying to build something or heal, there is going to be a help button on top. That's the benefit of joining an alliance, because if they click the help button in the alliance tab, you get helped.
And that speeds up whatever you're doing. We are also looking at the commander screen. At the moment we have two commanders, so we got Boudica and we got Marswoman. Now the game is actually showing us how to apply talent points. Now so far we learned about the commander and we learned about the troops. Now the third thing we are learning about is the talent trees, which helps you be more effective in battle. So in terms of talent trees, as you grow more experience in the game, you will look at other videos. We have some of them, and there's all this other content on the website as well and on YouTube where you can find out how to better build your commanders. So for now, we're just showing how you should upgrade your Boudica a little bit. So you just click on where you want the points to be applied to. So we only had 1 point and we put it in the peacekeeping tree. So in early game, peacekeeping is the most important tree.
Now we're in the commander screen, where you can check your kills and your power.
That's the most important screen in the game to some people. Now we are going to fight one more barbarian so that you can see how fighting a barbarian actually helps you grow faster. So we select our commander, we select our troops, and we are going to go hit. Now before we do that, I thought I use some experience boost to upgrade my commander and make her more powerful before she goes and fights. Now I have some more talent points and you can see how I'm applying them. So you just click and the talent points are applied. Now let's go have that fight.
After each fight, your troops will get injured, so you need to heal them. So keep updating your hospital so that you never run out of space, because if you do, the remaining troops die.
Now that we found where our alliance is, let's try to see whether we can teleport there.
You can only teleport in a space where there are no items.
Now, we found a good place to teleport, so let's get there and
let's send some troops into the alliance building construction.
And it's very important that you keep doing that, as in join alliance building construction, because that way you get something called alliance credit. Without going into details, that's something that's very useful to have.
Now we're looking at the things what you can buy in game, not that we're recommending you to do that.
However, if you do intend to spend in the game, the 3 things we'll recommend, the first one is growth fund, and then the second one is daily gem supply, and the last one is king's coronation.
If you do everything right for 2 weeks, this is what your city will look like.
Everything right, we mean farming, killing barbarians, training troops, and upgrading your city. Now, one other important factor is your technology. Now, you'll have a building called Academy where you have to research technology.
Technology boosts your fighting power.
There are 2 types of technologies in the Academy. One of them is for fighting, one of them is for economy. Now, in economy, the 2 most important ones are writing
and mathematics.
And when it comes to military technology, you need to focus on upgrading your tech so that you have tier 2 tier 3 and eventually tier 4 troops. So try to focus on tier 2 from level 1 to level 2 troops and then level 3 troops. And everything that's required on the way, the game will recommend you what you need to do. One other important building that you get when you're in CH16 or Town Hall 16 is a blacksmith. This is where you can craft equipment. Now, before you can craft equipment, you need two things. One of them is blueprint and the other one is materials. Now, for now, we'll just recommend
creating materials. Now, we will show you how to manage your materials and equipment in a different video.
However, we are showing you a little bit in terms of how the equipment system goes, so that you know what's to come in the near future, which is very exciting.
We are also going to show you how the player versus player fighting works in this game.
So in the background, you can see two cities and two flags belonging to different alliances, and when they are touching each other, that's when generally fighting takes place.
Ladus got scared and went into the flag when he saw my march.
Who is scared? I was defending my flag. So when I got into the flag, M still could hit me because the flags are touching each other. Now we are showing you some open field fighting. So this is free movement, open field fighting, and we just decided to call it a day and go back. Now after you go back, one of the more important things is healing your troops. So when you find in open field, your troops do not die. They go to the hospital and you can heal them. Now when you're healing them, you can do it in small batches so that without using any speed ups, you can complete your healing. And when your troops were in the flag, they just died.
Let's just look at items that can make you more effective in battle.
Yep, so you have attack boosts, defense boosts, and so on under your items, and you can use them when you're fighting. I'm trying to upgrade all these buildings and I can't.
When this happens, you should make a farm account in the same kingdom so that you can get resources from them.
In training troops, you should also make sure you're upgrading your previous tier of troops to the new tier.
The merchant shop always buys things that don't cost gems.
Also need to pay good attention to your expedition and progress as much as you can.
This is where you get Ethelfed, the legendary commander, and lots of other free stuff.
And at the early stage, it should be very easy for you to beat the AI.
Another important thing is gem farming.
You need gems for something called Wheel of Fortune, which is very important. Now, when you find a gem node,
you can also spend gems on VIP to get free stuff faster.
Yep, VIP has certain trigger points where it gets really good.
VIP 8 gives you 1 epic head.
VIP 9 gives you 2.
From VIP 10, you get 1 gold head.
And then VIP 12, you get 2 gold heads. That's amazing value.
Another important thing is upgrading your castle.
And to upgrade your castle, you need Books of the Covenant. Now, to get Book of the Covenants, you need to rally Barb Forts as much as you can. Now, we are also showing on the side that you need to have a march in the Alliance Resource Pit, where you can collect one type of resource all day. We are also showing you some of the important things in the background
that relates to your account settings.
And you should have these settings to make sure you get the most out of the game. Now our rally just left and it's hitting the barbarian fort.
We are going to take down that fort easy, you and me.
Yep, together. Now that's why you're in an alliance, because if you're playing alone, you can't take down a fort. Now let's see what we get out of the fort and let's see whether we can kill a barbarian together. Oh, I can't hit the barbarian because that's too high for us. Let's go for the lower level one so that we can kill that together.
It's the fun of playing together and being in an alliance.
Now that we have killed the barbarians, let's see whether we can show you how to donate to Alliance Technology. So that's how. So every day you get a chance to donate to Alliance Technology, and every time someone buys something in the account or you take down a fort, everyone in the Alliance gets free gifts. Now the next thing we're looking at is something called Guardians. Now when you have holy sites next to them, you have these things called Guardians, and when you hit them, you get a lot of XP. And it also has a chance of dropping something called a rune. Now let's see how that works. So I have 3 marches that I'm trying to take down one guardian with. Now when you're in an alliance, you're probably going to do this with your alliance mates together. And this is very important in early game because that's the best way to level up your commanders so that they're better when you're fighting other players. Now, after I have taken down one of them, let's see what rune it dropped. Oh, it did drop something, that shiny thing. So this is for food production. So in early game, it's very important that you are always having a rune collected so that it helps you build faster, train faster, research faster, generate AP faster, or gather faster, something along those lines. Now there will be many holy sites all over the map, and you should be doing them with your alliance mates so that everyone can get the benefit together. Now these holy sites, by the way, they give you a lot of bonuses, and that's the main reason why one alliance could be fighting another alliance. That's not that important in early game, but for early game it's more important to focus on developing your own account.
To collect a rune, all you have to do is click on it and send your troops to gather it.
And you have it.
One of the benefits of upgrading your town hall is that you can bring out more troops to the field. I can fight a barbarian with 5 marches now.
So we are actually using 4, and one of the other marches, as mentioned before, is always in the alliance resource. And I'm just showing you how you get a lot of XP for every time you're fighting barbarians.
Another very important thing is the commanders on your wall.
So if you click on the wall, you can select the commanders that should be there. If you don't have the right commanders, your city get punished hard.
In the early game, getting rewards from all the free events is very important.
And one of these ones is Sunset Canyon, which you can do every single day.
We'll do a separate video on Sunset Canyon setups.
But for now, let's have a look at the rewards that you get, as in why we have to do that. Look at that. You got free material, you got speed ups, you got experience. So this is all free value.
All of these things help you grow your account faster.
Now we are going to look at how your account should look like after 3 years of playing.
Wow! That's the Ladus account. 150 million power. Amazing!
We're looking at what you get for playing the Lohar event.
This gives you sculptures for upgrading Lohar. There's Lohar, the best commander for fighting barbarians in early game.
Now in early game, one other important concept is locking your skills for each commander. Now you can take your commander level up, which is up to 60, but then you should always have the first skill locked, which is what we are showing in the background, so that you skill up each skill at a time, and that happens when you donate gold heads for that commander's skills to be leveled up.
Let's look at the best barbarian killing marches in the early game.
So you got Lohar and Sansu, and then you got Boudica and Bjorn, and then you have Ethelfled and Kusunoki. Now, for the 4th march, if you have one, you can use Belisarius and Pelagius, and the last march, when you unlock 5th, you can use Markswoman and one of the farming commanders in the background. Now, we are also at the same time looking at your fighting marches. So for the first one, we recommend Bjorn and Sansu with infantry. That way, you get the best synergy. Now, for the second march, we are recommending Pelagius plus Boudica, and that's cavalry. Third march, we recommend Kusunuki and Osman, and you can use archers. For the 4th march, you can use Ethelfled plus Joan, and then you can use mixed troop, whatever you have left. In the early game, you probably won't get up to using the 5th march.
There are some legendary commanders that you get access to in early game.
However, we recommend just spin the Richard wheel and then be the wise you will and fully focus on Ethelfled.
That's the recommended Ethelfled talent tree.
And then we're going to look at the Sansu one. That's for your city garrison.
This is the Kusunuki one.
That's for open field.
You can pause and take a screenshot whenever you want.
And then we are looking at Boudica for doing barbarians now.
And next is Pelagius for fighting.
And then we are going to have a look at
Lohar for barbarians.
And then after that, that's Belisarius. That's just for barbarians. This is Bjorn for fighting. And that's pretty much it. That should cover you for a while in the early game. Now, what else are we looking at? You're looking at me going through the daily activities that even at a highest power we have to go through, which is put on all our boosts, send our gatherers out, and then you can have all the fancy things that you can see in the background. Now, we hope this video was informative for you and you know how to play the game better.
Bye from M.
And bye from Ladus.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button so that you never miss a video. Bye!